Yes, people, I hope you've had a good day and all. Big up to you lot. Listen, I'm still, coming to terms with the whole Pep leaving, and on top of that, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, possibly Ake, all the departures are going on, Still coming to terms with that, but this day was always gonna come eventually. Of course, you'll never be ready for it, but we are here now. The Pep era has officially ended, and the Maresca era is about to begin. May it be long-lived. May he be a tremendous success. Of course, we're not holding him to Pep standards, but we're holding him to City standards, which is at least competing for the league every season and winning a trophy or two here and there. Alright? But the main objective is win that league. And there's no excuses. If you can get top 4 with that Chelsea team, you can at least compete for the league with this City squad. And there are players coming in, to rejuvenate and spark that hunger mentality to go on and win more trophies. There's still rumors saying that Rodri might leave. I don't think there's anything in that. We haven't seen any concrete rumors or evidence to suggest that. But that's not what I want to talk about. You see the title. Now, if you are tapped in, you will have heard that there is a player that was nailed on to leave at the end of the season on a permanent basis. But now that Maresca is taking over the helm, Maresca might try to twist his arm to stay. Maybe Maresca could find a place for him in the team. Now, a lot of people were saying Marmoush, which I understand. He hasn't had a lot of minutes, and he did come out and say that he is willing to stay, but he would like a more consistent role, a more important role, more minutes basically. He'd like to play more. Some were saying James Trafford, which makes more sense because we know that he already wanted out in January because he came in thinking he was going to be number 1. He came in thinking he was going to be number 1, and Donnarumma came in last minute and it put a damper on that, for the time being, and he knew that as long as Donnarumma's here, he will never get that number 1 spot under Pep. So we already knew that he wasn't going to be here next season. But we forget Maresca was assistant coach under Pep Guardiola in the treble season. And Maresca did coach the under-21 squad. And who was his keeper? James Trafford. There's history there. You get me? Now, I did see a tweet saying that, let me see. Yeah, the tweet said something about us looking at another keeper. Oh, look at this. Tottenham have now reactivated talks to sign Savinho this summer, with initial discussions underway. The winger is open to the move, while Newcastle are also monitoring him. I'm not surprised there. Matter of fact, while we're talking about Savinho, let me know in the comments. Are you willing to let him go at the end of the season? Or, like Doku, do you want him to stay for a 3rd season to prove that there's something there? Me personally, I think there's something there, but I don't think he will be ready when we need him to be. His overall game is amazing. But he needs to improve on his finishing. We need him to score goals next season. Doku added goals to his game recently. That's what we need from him. Will he do that? Can we afford to take that risk? I don't know. But on Trafford, this came out 2 hours ago. Or roughly 2 hours ago. Man City are exploring re-signing former academy goalkeeper Piers Charles, 20 years old, in preparation for the departure of James Trafford. The Northern Ireland international is set to leave Sheffield Wednesday following relegation to League One. So this already tells me that despite Maresca coming in, who prefers a ball-playing keeper, that we might still keep Donnarumma on as number one. Which is why we're looking at Piers Charles to come in to be our number 2 keeper. Because James Trafford is still looking to make a move away. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Donnarumma's shot stop in the season has saved us a lot. The Man United save, a big save against Liverpool, you know, the McAllister shot that was going to go top bins, but Donnarumma was there. And multiple saves throughout the season. He saved us countless times. Excuse me. But, we have lost a lot in the build-up with Donnarumma in goal, in my opinion. He's a fantastic keeper. Won a treble at PSG. Duh, he's a good keeper. Shot-stopping elite. And that's what we've been craving in Ederson's last couple of seasons. Because that was extremely lacking. He was conceding shots for fun. So, seeing Donnarumma coming in, making those saves, it was refreshing. But throughout the season, you know, in corners, Donnarumma not claiming crosses, him being uneasy on the ball, playing out from the back. His distribution is decent, but, you know, can be better. But then we see Trafford in his last few couple of games in the cups. We see the claiming the crosses. We see the playing out from the back, how calm and composed he is. The distribution. His shot stopping isn't that bad. It's not on Donnarumma's level, but it's good enough. You're left asking yourself, is Donnarumma the right option going forward? Or would we be better with Trafford in there? I personally think Trafford's the way to go. But one player we have not been considering that was nailed on to leave at the end of the season. Yeah? But might just be able to be twisted into staying. There's only one name that can come to mind. Enzo Maresca is planning to hold talks with Jack Grealish. I say again, Jack Grealish. About the chances of him reviving his Man City career. Reports at Crossy Daily Star, unless told otherwise, Grealish will be expected to return to pre-season training in July, ahead of Man City's summer tour of the Far East. Now, I don't know about you, but this is music to my ears. I rate Grealish highly. Listen, he was one of my favorite Man City players. I don't understand the hate. Yes, he doesn't get goals, but he was our most creative player behind De Bruyne in that treble season. He didn't play much due to fitness issues, but when he did in the 23-24 season, The chance creation. Unrivaled. Uncanny. You can't dispute it. Yeah? Especially, let me direct your attention to the Champions League. We got kicked out by Real Madrid, right? Wait. This was last season. This was the 24-25 season. Yeah! This was last season. I'm not talking about the 23-24 season. Last season, he came on. I mean, he started the first leg. He played 20 minutes on that left-hand side. With him on the left and John Stones inverting from centre-back into midfield, we were fluid. We were dominating that game. The goal we scored, that came from Grealish. We were trying to break them down, they were sitting, they were tucked pretty deep, created a nice defensive, wall. What did Grealish do? He said, "Ban this, I'm not going through them, I'm going over them." Dink! Dinked it over. Gvardio touches it off his chest on the plate for Haaland. We score the goal. We don't score that goal without Grealish. And that's facts. And there's no coincidence that after he got sent off with that injury after 20 minutes, we looked shambolic. Jack Grealish is a major addition in the squad. You can't deny it. I don't care what people say. That treble season, he was pivotal. He was first on the team sheet on that left wing every single time. He was one of the first names on the team sheet, period. Haaland starting, 100%. Rodri starting in that midfield, 100%. Edison in goal, 100%. Diaz and Stones, 100%. What about wingers? Grealish, 100%. We're not talking about Bernardo Silva. We're not talking about Mahrez. When it comes to wingers, we're doing wingers. Jack Grealish, left wing, 100%. Every single time. Jack Grealish, that season, and just in general, inevitable. He gets the ball, you're not getting it off of him. One of three things is happening. Either, when he gets the ball, either he's passing it to a teammate, he's dribbling past 3 or 4 players, working his way out of that space, or he's going down for a free kick. But you are not stealing the ball off of him. And we saw how he played at Everton in the beginning. I mean, I think he's injured now. But when he was fit for Everton, raise your hands. Was he not their best player? Do you not agree he was their best player? I think everyone with eyes can agree. He was their best player. No one was talking about him DIA when Grealish was fit. But it was Grealish week in, week out. 2 games in, Everton fans singing his name. You don't do that with a crap player. Man, I'm tired of these narratives on Grealish, bro. Mad disrespect on his name. Listen, Enzo Maresca. I am with you on this one. Bring Grealish back. I've been calling for it. We've been lacking major creativity in that front line. Since Foden fell off this season, the only really real creative player we had in that front line, apart from when Doku was, in a groove, was Cherky. And Guardiola didn't even give him that many playtime in the beginning. Grealish is needed at this club. He's so needed at this club. We need a player like him. People talking about, well, who do we play on the left when Doku gets injured? Bring Grealish back. You want wingers that offer you something different. You don't want all direct wingers, because then you can only play one way. Doku will be your direct winger on the left. You know, takes his man on, dribbles past 1, 2, you know, full on. And then there's Grealish, who's your more controlled winger. You know, he can hold possession. He can create bare chances, not a few. He can create bare chances, and he can even get you free kicks in crucial areas. Grealish used to do that a lot, and it's not like he's going down on purpose. Nah, he baits it out of players. He's very good at baiting it out of you, you know. And he gets them in crucial areas. We scored bare free kicks from the positions that he got fouled in. Bare free kicks. Obviously, De Bruyne was on them, so it's like his delivery is what really did the job. But we have men like Turkey now. We even have Semenyo now, who fancies a shot from a direct free kick. So we can really work with that kind of, you know how Grealish starts on the left and he likes to, you know, run in centrally. If he goes down at like the half circle outside the box, we know Foden loves that position. He loves that position. We need a player like Grealish back. So I'm 100% behind this one, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Because, listen, I said it before, I'm excited about this Maresca era. Obviously, he's not gonna do what Pep's done. No one will ever do what Pep's done. I mean, we did say that about Ferguson, you know. Well, Man United fans said that about Ferguson back in the day. And look, oh, here's Guardiola. But it's like, how many managers like Pep Guardiola do you come across in a generation? I mean, the only ones you can really compare him to now is like Ancelotti and Enrique in terms of what they've achieved. You know, of course, there's Mourinho, you know, the special one. But what has he done recently? He's done a lot of stuff. He's done a lot in the past. Not taking anything away from him. But what have you done for me lately? That's the question football fans ask. Yes, you won those accolades with Porto. Yes, you did bits at Man United. You had your stint at Real Madrid. You did things. But what have you done for me lately? I'm interested to see what he does at Real Madrid, because they are a mess over there. But I'm saying, like, in terms of what, you know, recent managers, what they've achieved, you can only really put him up against Ancelotti and Enrique. There's no one else. Honestly speaking, there's no one else. Hansi Flick? Nah. He's a good manager, but nah. Company? No, not yet. He's not close. Give him time. I think that's why we didn't sign him. You know, he's still wet behind the ears as a manager. He needs more experience. But I think he'll do very good at Bayern. I think he wins the Champions League with them in the next 2-3 years. If the club back him properly. Because they need to sign some new players over there. They're not going to cut it with that team. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. I will be posting some new videos. You know, I have a few lined up. So hit the subscribe button, man. Turn on the post notifications. Hit the like button on this video. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Grealish? Do you think Trafford should stay and take the #1 keeper spot over Donnarumma? And do you think Marmoush has a spot in this team? Do you think Maresca can turn him into something at this club? And also, do you think the Rodri rumors have teeth? I'll be in the comment section, man. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. But till then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.